Yes! Here we go. So check this out. I got my new microphone here with my swivel arm. So I don't have to hold anything. I can use my hands to talk as I love to do. Hand puppets with the shadows. Yeah, I'm working on the lighting. Still getting my overall podcast studio dialed in 100% here. It's going to take a little while, but it's little wins, one thing at a time. That's what I'm focusing on. But I do have my notes, of course. That is the main thing. I found a topic that I was really excited to talk about, something that I was thinking about here this last week. And while I had many other topics that I was mulling around in my head, this definitely one was one that stuck out. I got into some conversations with some people about it a little bit here and there. And so this is where I landed. So what I want to talk about today is the concept of greatness, and that we are so drawn to it as human beings, seeing other people that exhibit different traits of greatness. So I kind of wanted to break that down a little bit and see, kind of give my thoughts about it and how we handle it. Sometimes we don't always handle it well. But, let's get right into it. What is it about watching people perform and do things that we consider to be, greatness, whether it's professional sports or, it could be things like American Ninja Warrior or the new show that, The Rock has, the Titan Challenge, whatever it's called. And I think, what we really enjoy seeing is ordinary people doing extraordinary, amazing things. And it could be, seems to be a lot of it being physical. I think that's why professional sports is so important and why we pay so much attention to it. But it could be many different things. It could be, in the arts, whether it's actual art, things like paintings or sculptures, things that catch our attention or visual captivation, or it could be in the performance arts. Obviously music and, movie making and, people who enjoy plays and musicals, that kind of thing. We're so drawn to these people that can do extraordinary things with their mind or with their voices, with their bodies and acting skills. And especially like when it comes to professional athletes, their ability to jump and run so fast and to do maneuvers, things that, most people aren't able to do with their own bodies, and especially at the kind of level that they do it. So we're definitely drawn to those things. And when we see these people doing them, especially when they have some kind of celebrity status with it, we hold them to a different standard. I'm guilty of it. I've done it in the past, and I think I still do it from time to time, and I try to be very aware and conscious of it. And when we do that, we believe, I think that we believe that they should be better than us, right? That all the pressures and the downfalls that we're subject to as quote-unquote ordinary human beings, ordinary people, that they shouldn't be subjected to those things. They should rise above, and they shouldn't have the same kind of problems that we have. But, the fact of the matter is, they're still human beings. They still walk around on two legs for the most part. They still, as the saying goes, put their pants on one leg at a time, right? So why is it that we hold them to the standard that, may or may not even really be possible? Why is it that we do that? Everyone, I'm sure, kind of has their own theory about it, and I have mine. And so what I think, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that everything I talk about is 100% correct. And I've had people, even friends of mine, tell me that they don't agree 100% with what I have to say, and that's okay. But what I think, why we get so upset when we feel let down, especially by somebody we consider, a hero. And it could be a hero for many different reasons. But even people who are really good human beings that happen to have a particular skill that sets them apart from everybody else and what's made them famous and to do these amazing things. What I think is I think we project our own faults, our own inadequacies, and um, our own faults. We project these things onto these other people. When they let us down, when they fall short somehow, or they do something or say something that we don't necessarily agree with or don't like, you know, I think sometimes we see that in our own personal character and we project that outwards. And, probably for many reasons. I think the big reason is we don't have to look ourselves in the mirror and say, maybe this is something I should work on, right? I mean, I'm guilty of that. I know for sure I'm guilty of that. I'm currently working on things on myself all the time. Very difficult things that, have caused pain and heartache and people that I love. So why is it that we're projecting outwards onto, doesn't even matter who, that if they, are caught in the media doing something or saying something on Twitter, or even, getting arrested for something, why is it that we're projecting outward our disapproval of that behavior when, if it was our best friend, we sure would be disappointed, but we wouldn't be, putting on Twitter, oh my gosh, I can't believe my best friend got pulled over for a DUI today, or I can't believe they said something that could be misconstrued as being racist or sexist. We would never do that. We would be compassionate with our friend. We'd talk to them, probably and say, hey, you said this thing. It kind of, I didn't know what you meant by it, but, is that really how you feel? Is that really what's going on? Or, God forbid if, they did get pulled over for a DUI. Me and my friends, I have the kind of relationship where I'd say, hey, bro, what are you doing? Call me. Dude, we got Uber and Lyft. Why are you driving home after you've been drinking? We have so many different options. And if you didn't have any money left for Uber or Lyft, why didn't you call me? I would have came pick you up. That's the kind of relationship or the comments that we would have for our friends. So why are we projecting outward differently to other people? Is it because we're hating on them because they have more money or because they have more status or, they are a celebrity and they're famous and we're thinking that, well, that's what they get? Or are we projecting out our own, I think our own thoughts sometimes of, gosh, you know what? If that was that person, it could happen to me. Or it did happen to me. I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying, this is how we're thinking. I've done these kinds of things. I've done something stupid before, and I've done this terrible thing. But you, professional athlete, you, professional singer, or you, whoever it is, you're supposed to be better than me. I hold you to a higher standard of human being. Well, that's kind of our own issue, right? It's not written anywhere that once you become a certain level of fame or have a certain level of money, that you now have to operate as a superior human being that doesn't make certain errors. I mean, that's not what we do, and I don't think it's healthy or good for us to even try to portray that on other people. And I think if that's what's keeping us from looking within ourselves, if that's what's makes us feel better temporarily, so that way we don't have to look in the mirror and say, hey, these are the things that I have to work on. Well, that's flawed. That's a flawed way of thinking, if you ask me. And like I said, I'm guilty of it. I'm not perfect in this realm by any stretch of the imagination. Nothing I talk about am I perfect in. This is not about me projecting out or portraying myself as perfect in any way, shape, or form in any of these topics. It's about having a conversation. It's about maybe giving it a different point of view. And if you're listening to this, you obviously probably know me. And if you know me, maybe it hits you a little bit differently than someone else, giving the same kind of a speech or talk. Maybe coming from somebody or somebody, an everyday normal person like myself, maybe it helps a little bit more. And that's kind of, well, not kind of, but that's really what this is about. It's about growing a great community of people who want to improve on themselves. And this is something that I see and I hear all the time. Just recently, what was the big topic? Tom Brady and the Patriots. Oh my God, Tom Brady's terrible. Tom Brady's this and he's that. Look. straight up. We all know Tom Brady's a stud. Okay. I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm a 49er fan. I know. I don't want to hear it. Okay. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I respect his ability. I respect that he's a winner. I respect that his accomplishments. And guess what? What are you going to do? You're going to hate on Tom Brady on Twitter? You're going to hate on Tom Brady on any platform or at home? Or, you think burning a picture of Tom Brady at home changes anything? You think it curses him into performing bad? You think it takes any more money? It takes any money out of his account and puts it into your account? You think it makes him any, less happy in his own life? It makes you more happy. If anything, it makes you less happy. That internal struggle that we have that's causing us to hate on other people because they're successful, that's eating at ourselves. It doesn't do anything to them. I mean, the guy's an ultra winner. So what? So what? It has nothing to do with you. Don't watch his games if it upsets you. Stop. I don't even watch that much football anymore. Not because of him, but so what? Who cares what he does? He's a winner. Okay? And guess what? In 5 years, when he's retired, people are going to look back and go, wow, that guy was pretty freaking amazing. You're going to have to respect his accomplishments. If you look back at the history of all people with record-breaking numbers in any sport or any fashion, you respect what they did. You don't have to go, oh, yeah, well, that guy I didn't really like that much. It doesn't matter at that point. You respect what they did. But the fact of the matter is, he shows greatness in many different ways. So take the good stuff from that. Take the things that he accomplishes and the drive and the focus and dedication. Yeah, you can say, oh, well, he's never around for his kids because all he cares about is football. We don't know. I don't know. Tom Brady doesn't send me an itinerary of how much time he spends with his kids versus spends on, getting better at football. Nobody has any idea. And for any of us to say that we would do things differently if we had his ability and chance to be great, that we would spend more time at home or more time with charity or more, whatever it is, that's nonsense. Nobody knows. Okay? But if I had to take a guess, most of us would probably do what he's doing in some way, shape, or form. So let's all stop pretending that we would all take the high road and the better road. That's crazy nonsense. I can speak for I'm not speaking for anybody out there. I'm speaking for myself. I know I would probably do things very similar to what he's doing as far as spending time on getting better at my craft, getting better at my skill set. That's what you do. It's a limited time. He can't play football forever. Get it in while he can. And then when he retires, he'll spend all the time probably with his family and kids and travel and do all these amazing things. So we're focusing on the wrong things, Focus on the good things. What can we take from somebody like that? From the Michael Jordans of the world and from the, amazing actors and actresses of the world, the amazing, singers and performers out there. What can we take from them besides just enjoying what it is that they give us? They give us great things to enjoy and to watch and to absorb within our lives. They help make our lives better by giving us content and things to pay attention to, distract us from our everyday lives from time to time. So besides that, what can we take? Well, what I'm going to start taking is a better work ethic, a better drive, a goal-setting mindset, and accomplishing those goals with the full intent of reaching those goals, that failure isn't an option. Those are all positive things that we can take. It doesn't have to be to the same level they do, where you don't have to ignore your kids or things, but maybe some things you can make some changes. Maybe it's less TV time. Maybe it's less time hanging out with, friends. If I don't know, whatever your schedule is, you have to manage your own time. The point is, if you have goals, like we talked about before, and you want to achieve those goals, it's going to take time and effort. Okay. It's going to take a great work ethic, but to put somebody else down because they've achieved something, it doesn't help us. It distracts us. It keeps us from doing the things that we want to do. If you're just spending all your time on Twitter, all your time on social media, just hating on people that, are out there accomplishing goals, it's waste. It's such a waste. We talked about it last week. Focus on the real shit. It's such a waste. Focus on this week. Focus on the greatness. That's what you should focus on. And we all have the ability to be great. in some way, shape, or form. And it doesn't have to be something that's out for the public to consume. It could just be within ourselves. It can be within our family and our circles of people that we love and care about, right? That's really the most important thing. You can be a great parent to your kids, a great spouse to your husband or wife, a great brother or sister, to your siblings, and onward out to the rest of your family. Be the most great at performing at work. Like I talked about last week, let people hate on you, but be great at the things that you want to be great in and that you have a skill set in. Put forth the time and energy, but don't worry about the things out there that are distracting you. And we can take from those people. We don't have to be just like them. When you hear stories of, oh, well, you can't play golf with, Michael Jordan because he's so competitive. If he loses, he never plays with you again. So what? I'm never going to play golf with Michael Jordan, right? So it's not going to happen. I don't have to worry about that. But what I can take is that drive and that dedication and that focus and take that positive aspect of it and use it. Use it for me. That's the message here. Look for greatness. Search out for it. And when you see it, take the good attributes from those people, and use it in your own life to be great. I mean, we all have the ability to do that. But we get distracted with seeing the negative aspects sometimes when we get let down, when someone does something that we think that they shouldn't be doing, right? As if we wouldn't do it. Look, with all the smack people talk, I think one of the best examples is Justin Bieber, right? Now here's a kid, when he was literally a kid, not even an adult yet, 16, 17 years old, was one of the most famous people of all time, who was out there killing it with all of his concerts, making some great music. And if you don't like his music, you don't like his music, fine. But he was making good music, okay? It was entertaining. And was becoming uberly successful and wealthy. If you gave me $200 million today, with all the knowledge that I have, with all the experiences and learning from all the bad decision making that I've done in the past, man, I can't promise you I wouldn't go off the deep end for a while, or if forever, or for a little while, whatever. I don't know what I would do. That would be crazy. So for a kid to handle it the way he did, and what was it? Oh, he was driving around fast in a Ferrari in his neighborhood. We're going crazy over that. All right, maybe, okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, he shouldn't be doing that. Maybe there's kids in the road, but I'm not going to pretend that I would be any better. I'm not going to pretend that I would take the high road on every single thing. I mean, even a 20-year-old kid, he's making 20-year-old kid mistakes. He just has a lot of money to do different things with. I mean, when I was 20, I made dumb mistakes. I would race my car and I would do stupid stuff with friends. And that's just being a 20-year-old. Your brain's not fully formed yet. Your decision-making process and your frontal lobe isn't formed yet. You do dumb stuff. All kids do dumb stuff. And we're out here pretending like he should be this ultra-wise human being that's standing far above everybody else and making all these perfect decisions. That's crazy. That's so crazy. And it's not productive for us as human beings. I mean, that's what we want to. We need to be better human beings and focusing on the right things. Focus on the greatness. Look at the things that he does and all the practice and time and energy he put into his craft to become so widely successful. I mean, that's an amazing thing. I mean, most of us, including myself, man, I can't sing and dance like he does. Whether you like his music or not, it doesn't matter. He's able to get out there and perform on a highly professional level. He has all these top artists that want to work with him. Why? Because he's terrible? No. Because he's great at what he does. So let's focus on that. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. So, when we look at people that we consider our heroes and kind of have this status that we build up in our head, we tend to tear them down instead of build them up. We tend to point fingers and show why they're maybe not worthy of their success, of their money, of their status, when we should be more compassionate. We should say, I'll bet it's really tough living the kind of life that they have, doing the things that they do. I don't know how I would react if I was one of these people. I would like to think that I would be a great person. I would be very philanthropic. Is that how you say it? Where you give a lot of money away? Um, I would like to think that I would donate a lot of my time and money to charity, and I would start new charities and things that I loved and cared about, and I would, be inspiring children of the world and doing all these amazing things. I'd like to think that, but I don't know. Maybe I'd be out there acting a fool for a couple of years and just enjoying having money and traveling on yachts and doing crazy stuff. I don't know. So, being that I don't know, I have to be honest with myself and say, am I any better than any of these people? Probably not. You know, would I be doing things very differently? I don't know, maybe, but probably not. So why am I constantly trying to tear them down, whether it's in my own head, on social media, or any other platform, or even around friends around the water cooler? It's not conducive to being a good human being. Compassion is a very strong, powerful thing. That's one of my biggest, I shouldn't say biggest weaknesses. It's one of my biggest areas of improvement that I have to work on right now is being more compassionate. And luckily I have amazing people around me, my wife, my kids, my, rest of my family, my sister, who have amazing capacity for compassion. And they teach me all the time how to be more compassionate, how to be more understanding as a human being, how to look at things differently from a point of view that can say, wow, that's probably a better way to look at things and to handle things, because my way is frustrating. My way of being not as compassionate or getting frustrated really easily, well, that's not helping me. And their way is very helpful, and it helps me be a more calm person. So I think being more compassionate, focusing on the positive things, not the negative things, and looking for that greatness, searching it out, really searching it out, and saying, that's something I can aspire to. That's something I can focus my time and energy on to achieving that level of greatness, or a higher level of greatness than what I've already done. You don't have to be at a Michael Jordan level to push at a pace to make yourself better. You don't have to. You can take from him and say, wow, look at that drive, and I'm going to work harder than I've worked before. Well, I heard Mike Tyson got up early and ran at 4 o'clock in the morning because he knew his competitor wasn't going to be doing that. Hey, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can get up early. There's an ex-Navy SEAL who's out there doing amazing things with his podcast, Jocko Willink. And if you don't know who he is, shame on you. But look him up. He gets up at, he posts on Instagram all the time, a picture of his watch, 4 o'clock, 4:30 every morning. He's getting after it right away. And if that's what's going to help you be motivated and achieve your goals, that's what you should be doing. So focus on those things, the positives, the ways to be great, because we all have greatness within us. I firmly believe that. And I see so many people doing amazing, great things. And I think the word greatness sometimes gets downplayed. It's kind of like an average, ordinary word, but it really has an extraordinary meaning. That level of greatness of taking yourself above and beyond where you thought you can be, and maybe even above and beyond what other people do within that realm. And it could be anything. You could be I've had so many great teachers and coaches in my life that, man, they really had an impact on me, positive impact, more than other people in my life that were in my life every day, and I only had them for a year. And that kind of impact that you can have on somebody else by just being a great human being, a great teacher, a great role model, or anything of that nature can have an amazing impact. And those are the kinds of things that we should be striving for. And if you want to achieve even more and above and beyond that, if you want to become great at woodworking and make furniture for people, I have a friend who does that. I have a few friends who do that as a side business. They do amazing at it. They show pictures of their work, and it's incredible. Shout out to Wade Fessler. He does amazing jobs, Fessler Designs. And, Kerm, my friend Kerm Sablan, one of my jiu-jitsu training partners, he's got I think it's Urban Works. Shout out to those guys. They do amazing work, and that level of greatness in that craft, in that skill set is incredible. It inspires people. When you see that, it makes me want to work harder at the things that I want to work on. I don't have to become. I'm not going to compete with them. That's not my skill. That's not my strength. So I'm going to focus. But I see them. I see them doing that thing, and I'm like, man, I got to get to work doing what I want to do. This podcast is one of them. Jiu-jitsu training, my competitions. I want to, achieve those great levels. So those people inspire me. So shout out to those guys. So it can be anything. It doesn't have to be something tangible. It doesn't have to be something that you're gonna, project outward to the rest of the world. It can just be within your circle. And the more we do that, and the more we share these things with the people in our lives, and the more we, in a sense, pay it forward and inspire other people, who knows? Who knows what can happen? Who knows what we can accomplish as a society, as a human race? I mean, the possibilities are endless. And that makes me excited. It makes me emotional when I think about it. But it makes me excited. I get so excited. I love seeing people do awesome stuff. When I see it online, when I see kids achieving, great, amazing things, it brings a tear to my eye sometimes, but it gets me jazzed up. I'm like, I got to get to work. My lazy ass, I better get to work. So I hope you guys all think about these things. I hope that you guys are all being inspired by great people in your life. I hope you're being inspirational to other people. They see your greatness, the things that you're doing. And keep spreading it out there, man. Keep showing people what a great person that you can be, because I see it all the time. I have amazing people in my life, and you guys are all great to me. And but we can all keep working on ourselves, and that's what this is all about. So be honest with yourself and where you are right now. Look in the mirror and fix the holes in your game. Fix the things that need to be worked on, and I look forward to seeing more out there. So shout out to every one of you guys. I love you all. Be great. We all have greatness within us. So be great out there. Keep spreading the love. And next week we'll talk about something else, and something else that'll probably build off of this and the other weeks. But this one really hit me. I love cheering on people out there that are doing great, amazing things. Whether it's everyday average people like myself, or the people that we are constantly cheering on the TV screen through athletic performances or artistic performances or what have you. So it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing life and a great time to enjoy all these different things that bring us joy. So anyway, that's all I got for this week. I hope you guys are having a great week so far, and enjoy the rest of your week. Be out there kicking ass. Be great. And I appreciate all the support. And if you guys get a chance, I'm going to be posting this on YouTube as well. So if you get a chance, go on there, and you can like the page or like the content. And if you want to subscribe on there as well, that'd be great. The more subscribers I get on there, the bigger we can grow this thing. So looking forward to it. So big hugs and kisses. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.